Okay, we're going to start lying down. If you want a bolster, you might need it. Just grab yourself a bolster. And then get yourself nice and comfortable. So you might close the eyes, cover the eyes. Spread your body out as much as you need to. Just have a little tuck of the chin in towards the chest to lengthen through your neck. And then arise. So maybe that's arriving in space you're in. Maybe that's arriving, just feeling into your body, allowing it to settle. Or it could be arriving with your breath, just natural breath for now if you can. So just these couple of moments to kind of notice everything just as it is. Body, breath. And then notice how your mind is feeling. Maybe it's quite busy, or maybe there's more of a sense of stillness and calm. And you could offer your mind a focus point. So that could be one word. That could be a simple sentence. So in the class before, we were using the phrase, just breathe. So if we feel like we become distracted or sometimes even bored during our practice, and we just kind of switch off and the mind wanders away, we notice that, and we'll remind ourselves, just breathe, take a breath, and connect back to our practice, to our breath, to our body. So you're welcome to use that, or you might find something pops up for you. And just guide your awareness from the crown of your head in maybe 4 or 5 breaths down to the soles of your feet. What do you notice? If anything, it's fine if you notice nothing. Once you make it to the soles of the feet, guide the awareness back up to the crown of the head. Just checking in on any parts of the body you might have missed, maybe 4 or 5 breaths. And let's start to bring a little bit of movement and awakening to the body. So you go where you feel you'd like to first with your movement. It might start small and then just allow it over time to expand out. It could go up above the head, out wider. And eventually, let's bring the knees in towards us. Just hug them into the body. Keep the spine on the earth. And as you draw the knees into the body, it's like we're imprinting the spine down onto the ground. And have a little gentle rock just forwards and backwards as you squeeze the knees. So you're going right down to the tailbone, up to the top of the spine. And then from side to side, almost as if you're trying to come into the rib cage, the side body. And maybe then you make some circles. Let's pop the feet down onto the ground. Take them about hip distance apart. As you breathe in, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, bring them down by the side of the body. Just take two more like that, extending as much as you can through the arms. Just working with the breath. And then our awareness shifts to the feet. As you breathe in, lift the heels. As you breathe out, plant them back down. Two more like that. And then take it the opposite way. So as we breathe in, we lift and spread the toes. As we breathe out, we plant them down. Two more like that. And it's up to you how you come up to a seat. You might roll the body to the right and just push up. You might bring the knees in and have a little roll up and down the spine. And our seat will be butterfly. So knees wide, soles of the feet together. You can always sit on your blanket just to tilt your hips forwards. You could use your props underneath your thighs. Then take a breath in, just tilt the hips and the heart forwards. And as you breathe out, lead with the heart and to the point where you feel like you're naturally round, and just nuzzle the upper body down in between the hips. If you need a bolster, let me know to rest the head on. You might take a breath in and just lift up slightly, find that little bit of space. And as you breathe out, just rolling down. So I'm not kind of an advocate of like pushing, pulling, or anything like that. But you might feel a little bit of benefit from threading your fingers in between the toes, or if you've got socks on, you could just hold the toes. As you inhale, we lift up a little bit, lengthen the arms. And then as we exhale, we're drawing the elbows out and just gently pulling on the feet to open the hips and take our fold maybe slightly deeper. We're going to be here for one more minute. So just have a little feel into where you are. Is it going to be sustainable for you to be there for another minute, or do you feel like you might need to back off a little bit and just soften? Breathing in through the nose. Of course, you're free just to have a little lift if you need to. Breathe out through nose or out through that little gap in the lips. Exhale is the softness. Halfway back. Slowly, with as many breaths as you need, just starting to roll up, or you might take one big inhale. Lift the shoulders to the ears as you exhale, just let them melt down the back. Take a couple more like that. Jaw is soft. Let's turn the fingertips away from us. Just lean into the hands. Extend the legs. We might squeeze the shoulder blades together, wiggle the toes, lift the heart. Nice deep breaths. Chin to chest. We'll walk the hands back in towards us. I'm going to bend this right knee out to the side and just nuzzle the heel in towards the groin. So if you've got a little bit of space, that's no problem. We could take our block and just fill the space. So there's different versions of this. One is where the hips are forward and will fold towards the toes. Another one is having the hip out. We're going to go with hips forward towards the toes. So we'll flex the foot. If we need some support, eye pillow or blanket behind the knee. Inhale, tilt the hips forwards, lift the heart. As we exhale, again, we're leading with the heart until the point where we feel okay, need to come down. We're not reaching for the foot, we'll just place the hands down at this point. Keep that left foot flexed, so we're getting a nice hamstring stretch. And on the opposite side, a nice external rotation of the hip. Might be useful here, 1, 2, 3 times, whatever you need to inhale, lift up slightly. And then as we exhale, just soften. So don't set the goal to reach for the toes. Just enjoy whatever comes out of the shape. We're going to take again another minute here. Just work with the breath, softening the face and the shoulders. If we need to, we can always draw back away from shapes, or you can let me know if you need some support in any way. Halfway there. Keep gently pushing that heel away, turning the toes back towards you. Nice. Last couple of breaths. Let's slowly lift our way up. Take an exhale, soft shoulder. So inhale, we bring that knee in towards us, and as we exhale, we slide it. So you could keep the legs a little bit closer together, or maybe shift them out to the width of your mat. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, again, we lead with the heart. We're not going for the feet, but we might go for ankles or calves. At the moment that we feel the head and the spine need to round, we'll just let them be heavy. To soften off into more of a yin caterpillar, we just let the feet turn out, let the soles of the feet come away from a flex. If we feel like I want that kind of strength through the backs of the legs, we might keep the feet flexed and push the heels away. It's up to you. Let's take a minute here. Remember, we can breathe in, lift the body, find some space away from the hips, and then we can breathe out just to come back into our fold. Halfway there. Last couple of breaths, just making the most of them. One big breath in, or a couple of breaths in and out as we start to come up. Just pausing there. Take your time. We'll bring this right leg just back towards the center of the mat a little bit, and we take that left knee wide. Pop something underneath it if we need to. Hips are turning forwards. We'll flex that foot. Take a breath in. Tilt the hips and heart forwards as we breathe out. It's like we're trying to lay the belly towards the thighs, but then we round off through the upper spine. If we need to, we'll support the back of the leg. And you're in control, so the more you kind of push that heel away and turn the toes back, the greater length you're going to get down the back of the leg. The action of folding forwards will be helping just to rotate through that left hip. Taking a minute here. Halfway there. Last couple of breaths. Maybe be a little bit more active in our stretch, or just back off and be a bit more passive. And slowly starting to find our way back. Well done. Let's pop the knees to one side, feet to the other as we just have a spin round and come onto the hands and knees in tabletop. Have a little sway of the hips. You might take your gaze in the opposite direction to sway in the hips. You might just let your head be heavy. And then taking it into a couple of rounds of cat and cow, just really juicy for the spine. Inhaling to open and exhaling to close, or vice versa, whatever feels best for your breath and body. Coming to neutral from here, really going to open up into front and back body. So the knees walk back, the hips and the knees stay in line. We drop the forearms down, slide them forwards as we take the bum high. Forehead comes down towards the ground as we find our melting heart. So you can always cross the arms and catch hold of opposite elbows. We're going to take 2 minutes here. So we'll keep the elbows down for the first version, reaching fingertips forwards. And then there is an option that we could lift the elbows. So I would only recommend that if you're kind of well practiced in this position and you know that your body is going to be able to manage that, because that is quite a load that's coming down into the front of the body. For now, as you exhale, softening where you can, so maybe into the chest. It's almost like the heart feels heavy as it dips to the earth. Lifting the bum, keeping the toes on the earth. Starting to judge for yourself, is this where I should be for another minute? So if this feels like, yeah, I've got some sensation happening here, then just maybe stay there, be truthful. If you want to explore it, keep the head down to the earth, forehead, and start to lift the elbows. So it's completely up to you. We're reaching forward with lifted elbows. You might take it for a couple of breaths and then feel like, actually, that's quite strenuous, or I'm just not digging it. You might find that it works for you. Another 30 seconds, wherever we are. Just making the most of those last couple of deep breaths. Starting to walk the hands in towards you. We'll bring the knees together, sit the bum down onto the heels. So from here, as long as it feels okay, a nice counter pose is going to be our embryo version of child's pose. So I would need a bolster, but I can use a couple of blocks instead. So bum stays as close to heels as we can. Forehead comes down to earth or props. Arms come down by the side of the body. So you've got this really nice rounding to the spine. Make sure that the nostrils aren't kind of squashed anywhere. So you want to be able to breathe fully. But if it's available, you could tuck your chin a little bit in towards your chest. And we're going to take 2 minutes here. So if at any point you kind of feel like, oh, no, I need to just change a little bit, maybe the option is to slide the knees slightly wider. As best you can, though, just close the eyes and start to settle into the shape. You might connect with the belly, moving on the thighs as you breathe. Or the kind of heaviness of this little ball that you've rolled into, sinking into the air. Or maybe you had a word, maybe it was that phrase, just breathe. 1 more minute here. Making the most of these last few breaths. Let's plant the hands down on the earth. We'll just use the hands to push into the earth and start to unravel. Just come to sit the seat back onto the heels just for a moment. And you might drift the head from side to side, or just take circles with the chin down and then gently rolling the head back, just loosening into the jaw, the neck. And to help us with that even more, we're going to come to a standing position. So we'll tip ourselves forwards, tuck the toes, and then walk the hands back in towards us. and come into our forward fold. As long as it feels okay for you, as many breaths as you need, see if you can roll up through the spine, bringing your head up last. So arms are heavy, just nice and slowly. And then it's like the head comes up. You might have a roll of the shoulders, just a little shake out. And then we're going to take it all the way back down. So we'll tuck the chin to the chest this time and just start to roll down. As we feel we need to, we'll bend the knees because we're coming into ragdoll, our forward fold in yin. You can always have hands on a block. You could stack several blocks and rest the crown of the head on them. If it feels like it's not too steady, we'll step the feet a little bit wider just to help us be stable. As heavy as you can be with upper body. So we don't spend too long here. I'm going to spend about another 30 seconds here. So get the release that you can. If you very gently just want to bend into one knee and then the other, so exploring the possibility of extending one leg at a time, then go for it, or something else might feel nice. Let's start to take the feet out to the width of our mat. Turn the toes off the mat, the heels on. We'll bend the knees and we're going to come to sit the seat down in between the heels. So we're going to be here for 2 minutes. It's up to you. If you kind of feel like this is a position that you take regularly and it feels okay, maybe no blocks, I'm going to pop some blocks under my bum. We're turning the toes out, directly connecting to the knees and the hips. We could be here, so tall spine. Or if it feels more supportive, we might have the hands down, but we'll keep that rolled out sensation of the inside of the legs. You might close the eyes. So Malasana, or our yogi squat position. We're rolling the weight and the energy out into the blade edges of the feet. Just softening into the face. Our exhale breaths might be slightly longer, just to allow us to settle into the position. If we need to release, bum to the earth, knees wide, feet together, and we'll be in butterfly instead, so similar. If not, we've got just over a minute left here. Just try and maintain your connection, your focus to the practice. Last 30 seconds. So really kind of building resilience as well. We might be at a point where we're like, oh, this is hard, but you know what? It's not painful. So I'm going to just hold out for that 2 minutes, knowing that when we release, then we can relax. Last couple of breaths. And we're going to come down onto our bum. So we might move our props, take the hands behind us, just make our way down onto our bum. Let's slide the legs long. Just take a little moment. From here, we're heading down onto the back of the body. So have your props just next to you. So if you need anything for now or for Shavasana, you've got them there. Have a sip of your drink if you need it. And then roll yourself down. Pop the feet onto the earth. Let the feet come wide, your knees knock in. So we'll come into constructive rest. Just as a little pause from that hip opening. So this is internal rotation when the knees are rolling inwards and the hips. Let the chin be tucked in towards the chest a little bit. I'm going to pause. Step your feet back to about hip distance. Bring that right knee in towards you. Just interlace the fingers. Give it a little squeeze in towards the body. And we're going to turn the right knee then out to the right side. And bring the blade edge of the right foot onto your left thigh. So you might need to release hold of the leg. Find a figure 4 shape. So our right foot is resting on that thigh. And we're in control of that opening here of the hip. So we might be using our body just to gently push the knee away, so towards me. From here, we're going to take this into a twist. So press down through that grounded foot. We'll just slide our bum over to the right side of the mat slightly, and then start to take the lower body over to the left. Perhaps your right foot steps onto the earth. Perhaps not. Relax the lower leg. So the lower leg is just going to curve with you. And again, you can be completely in control of the opening. Back to center. That feel okay? Still? So we might be gently drawing the knee away from the body. We might let it just collapse in towards us. We might take the arms out slightly wider. You might roll the head over to the opposite side of the knee. Let's just bring it. Yeah. Nice and slowly, let's inhale and come back to center. Keep that little cross of the leg. And then as you exhale, plant the foot down. Do what you need to do from here. It might be to extend both legs away, draw both knees in. We'll take a pause and then we'll come to the other side. When you're ready, left knee comes in towards you. Give it an encouraging squeeze. As you exhale, turn the left knee out. Make that little figure 4, that kind of cross shape. I'm just opening out into the inner line of the leg, as much or as little as you feel comfortable with. This time we'll press down through the grounded foot. We just scoot the bum slightly to the left, and slowly lower body comes over to the right. Maybe the foot is on the earth. Maybe it's a little lifted away, or we're placing it onto a prop. The knee could roll in, or we could directly just be trying to open it wide. You might roll the gaze to the opposite side. You might have even closed the eyes at this point. Steady ebb and flow of breath. The exhales that soften. Just breathe. Let's roll back to center. Keep that cross of the legs just for a moment. And then as you exhale, release and plant the foot down. Do what feels right for you there. And we're going to make our way into relaxation. So if you need any final wiggles, stretches, if you need a blanket, an eye pillow, if there's anything else you want that you don't have, just let me know. And really set your body down with intention. Place the arms, place the legs, that little tuck of the chin to the chest, lengthen through the back of the neck. Let's return our awareness back to our breath for a moment. Natural breath. As we inhale and exhale. Each exhale is just gently guiding you deeper into rest. And you can always bring awareness back to a word or that phrase. Just breathe. Let the body soften. Let the mind be free of too much thought. And allow yourself these next couple of minutes to just be. Just bringing awareness to your breath, maybe natural breath, or maybe you feel like you need a sigh. And gentle awareness to your body. As you might start to have a little wiggle or a stretch. Just take your time. And eventually just roll into the side of the body that you feel called to. Just taking a moment there. Might keep the eyes closed or just have a low gaze as you push yourself up and find a comfortable seat. And perhaps you bring the hands and place them to the heart. You might place the palms together, and we'll just close our practice with a single Om. You could Om, you could hum, you could listen. It's up to you. We'll take a breath in a moment, and as we breathe out, we will make the sound. Inhale. Om. Breathe in. Breathing out, maybe dropping chin to chest, just thanking yourself, thanking each other, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a peaceful rest of your evening. The light and darking me, honors the light and darking me. Namaste. Thank you. You want to